Hello. Today's one of those days where sitting in front of a camera is like, honestly, like painful. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be filming this. I seriously just like want to like lay in my bed and like read all day. I just want to curl up with all my blankies and just have a fun little afternoon, but here we are, ladies and gents. I did this to myself. Why can't I complain? So, if this video isn't for you, I'm sorry. I know that there are some of you that like legitimately hate me as a person and only care about the books I talk about. And if this video isn't for you, I'm sorry. I'll see you next week with some more bookish nonsense. This week, we're just gonna like have a little fun trip down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? So, by the title of this video, you know that we just gonna be reacting to some old videos. We just gonna have a fun little time going down memory lane together, so we just gonna do it. I started this channel, when did I start this channel? I don't even freaking know. Like 3 or 4 years ago, in like the summer of 2014, so about 4 years ago at this point. The thumbnail doesn't even say book haul. I forgot to put the word haul in the thumbnail. I put Goodwill book. I literally am such an idiot. I hate myself. So we're gonna watch my first video, Goodwill book haul, or Goodwill book if you're me and forgot to type it in the thumbnail. Okay, but listen y'all, my skin is so tan. Like, who is he? But also, look at my hair. Like, look at that. It's like daggers. Like, here's what I used to do. I used to use so much goopy goop. Now I don't have any hair, so it's fine. But I used to use so much goopy goop and like do it straight up so it looked like I was a shark. Now I like do it to the side, you know what I'm saying? I would show you an example and maybe you could even see the difference, but your boy's bald because nothing but respect for my Madam Supreme, you know what I'm saying? So, there's just casually a Webkins sitting on my bookshelf.
Books
By stress.
for cheap. I got 9 books. Oh, my Goodwill book haul. Are you ready? Yeah. Is this my first book haul too? I think.
I'm like so embarrassed. Like, I'm so embarrassed right now. Like, why? But like, I think it's like very clear just upon watching this and seeing some of the things I'm saying and some of my mannerisms that I'm very much just like mimicking people in the booktube community that I admired at this time. It's like almost funny. Like, and I still see this with certain like smaller booktubers where they like haven't found their voice yet and you can see almost that they're like mimicking somebody else in a way. Not that they're like being fake, like I'm not calling anybody out, but like you can see that like some people have an influence from somebody that goes farther than just an influence, but almost to the point where it's like, I'm not being myself because I admire you more. I don't even know, but I feel like I found my way of like presenting myself in videos now.
Are you ready to see some books? Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
So I walk in, I see the book section, I donate all of my said books, and I go to the big shelves. I go to the fiction section. They don't have a YA, just non-fiction, fiction.
See, I think the funny thing about this is that I always look at comments about like older videos of mine and people are always like used to say and sometimes still comment on these being like, you were so cute, like whatever, and I'm like, I look at this and I'm like, but this is trash. Like, this is not a good video. Like, it's really not a good video. Like, legitimately, it's not a good video. How old was I in this? I was like 13 years old in this. I was just some dumb kid that like liked certain booktubers and like wanted to do what they did. And so that's what I did. Like, for a while I always thought like, I don't know why people watched these videos. Like, I used to get comments all the time of people like saying how funny that was or something, and now looking back I'm like, they're probably laughing at me, not with me, right? Like, that was not funny at all. But like, maybe if it was a third party somebody would think this was good. I guess I don't know. And the thing that's happened recently is that people always go back to these early videos and they comment things like, he was so cute, and my least favorite comment that people always leave, like without a doubt always leave, they say fetus. I don't know why, but when I get that comment, I like get like physically like, no. Like, I hate it so much. I guess the reason why I always get so weird whenever people comment like, you were so little in this, or like fetus or whatever, like I always like get really annoyed when I get those comments. And I think the reason why, and I've recently thought about this in like the terms of just like normal person, but like, can you imagine every single day, without a doubt, you log on to like Facebook or something and somebody like scrolled through your feed to the bottom when you first got your Facebook when you're in middle school and they're like, you were so young when you posted this picture of yourself, like how old are you when you posted this status? And you're just like, why are you commenting on this? Like, this is so old. It's so outdated. It's so weird that you're commenting on this. I guess I am glad that I have these videos but also, like, it doesn't make them any less painful.
This book looks really cool. I chose it mainly because they had other books by the same author, but the cover in this was so nice. This was like the only hardcover one from him that they had. What the Night Knows by Dean Koontz. I've heard a million amazing things from Dean.
Let's call him Dean, like formally be like, my boy Dean, like, I think the funny thing about this is that I used to do this all the time, like, when I was first getting into, like, collecting books. Like, I used to just, like, buy whatever books I saw that, like, sounded kind of good. Like, I felt the need to, like, bulk up my collection, you know? Like, I felt like I am not a real reader if my shelf doesn't look like everybody else's on BookTube. I feel like that might still be a thing. I guess I've just collected so many books now that, like, I'm like, somebody could walk in here and take that whole shelf away and I would be like, bye, like, I don't want you anymore. I just think the funny thing about this video is that I still make this face where I'm like, like, I do that all the time. Here's my OG bookshelf tour, which I still pretend, just like my other bookshelf tour, like, I pretend that it still holds up as a video. Like, I'm like, what do you mean you want me to make a new bookshelf tour? I did one, like, 2 years ago, and my shelf doesn't even look like that anymore, but, like, just watch that one again. But I do think the funniest thing about this video in particular is that my face is sickly. Like, I look sickly in this video. I do mention in this video that I've, like, been sick, but, like, I look like I'm dying in this video. Like, if I saw this, I'd be like, are you okay? Like, go to the doctor's dog.
I've been sick. You can probably still hear some of the nasal in my voice. Today, I'm going to be doing the much anticipated...
I like how I tried to, like, look nice. Like, you can see my outfit. Oh, look at that face, though. Ooh, dog. But you can see, like, by the clothes I'm wearing that I'm like, oh, I'm making a bookshelf tour. I need to look nice today. But, like, now I'm just like, I'm gonna wear the same dang sweatshirt that I wore in my last 2 other videos. Like, I don't care.
Which is Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, and 4, which I just love these books so much. If you haven't read them, I don't know who you are.
Like, literally, I feel like I'm watching, like, somebody else. I guess I'm the type of person who I don't understand why bookshelf tours are enjoyable. Not in, like, a rude way, but, like, I don't want to watch you take off every book on your shelf. Like, it's kind of boring. Like, I did used to act like somebody else in my videos. Like, almost painfully so, where it's like, I don't know who you think you are, but please stop. Let's see the bookish book tag.
Am I in focus? That's the question right now, because I cannot tell. My eyesight's really bad.
Oh yeah, you're right, boy. You have to get glasses just a couple months after this, because it's fine, though. I remember this video specifically was, like, one of my ultimate favorite videos back in the day that I had ever made. I remember being like, I was so funny in this video, but, like, I recently, like, went back and watched this, and, like, it's painful. Like, it hurts. Like, it really does. I'll cut to the part that made me, like, actually want to scream in anger. Let's do it.
I want them to burn. Like... Are you kidding me, James Dashner? You really? I hate you. You ruined it. I wasted $30 on these books for you. You tricked me into thinking this one was gonna be good, and it was. So I like this one. And then
wait.
That
was so stupid. That was probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I literally just said, you tricked me into thinking this was good, and it was. I liked this one. Moving. Like, what? I'm going on this rant, and then I also mentioned, like, this book was really good, though. Like, oh man, that's too good. The things that I saw as a bad book was that, like, it was like a 3-star. Like, that was literally what I deemed a bad book. Not like, he thought about shoving her down onto the pavement. Like, it's just so funny to see, like, the differing sides to what I, like, thought was made a bad book. And, like, I think that was a misconception I had about BookTube, where I was like, okay, like, I'm not allowed to just not like this book. I have to hate it. I have to take this book to the grave with me. And now if you look at, like, some of my negative book reviews, like, you're like, oh, like, that's a legitimate reason. But, like, my reasoning for this was literally like, I wasted my money and it wasn't good as the other one. Like, that's not a valid reason to, like, be throwing your books around. Like, I literally throw them in this video. Let's get to that.
Stupid book. And I hated it. It made no sense. And then, for this stupid book, you tricked me too, because I read this one, once again, really liked it. Then, I did not read that other stupid one, and I think you're a good author, so I buy this when it comes out, read it, hate it, read about half of it, absolutely disgusting. How could you?
I'm like... I'm like so embarrassed that this is on the internet. Yeah, there's no valid reason why I was like this. I'm just like the worst. I've made jokes about November 9 and like written in it and like did all this stuff to it, which like it's all a joke, you know? Like it's not like out of like disrespect to anybody. But like I can't even imagine like now being like, I didn't like Zenith, so I'm gonna chuck it across the room. Like I don't know, dog. It's just giving me a weird vibe. My Hamilton book tag. I remember when I had posted this, I was like so proud of it. Like it was one of my favorite videos I'd ever made. That was like the most popular book tag going around at this time. And like they were all getting a lot of views and I was really excited to post mine and like I thought people were really gonna like it, and then I posted it and like I got like no views. Like literally though. Like it got like so much less views than I normally did. I think I've said this before, but like it's not like YouTubers do it for views. Well, some of them do, but like I think I really don't. Like every single week I'm like, I feel like nobody's gonna watch this, but whatever, we'll do it anyway. It makes me laugh. But the problem is it feels like you're working really hard, and normally in life when you work really hard towards something you see like progress. Like if I sit down and write for 3 hours, I'm gonna see my word count go up. But it sucks when you feel like you're sitting down and you're doing all this work but you're not seeing any progress be made. So I think that's why you see a lot of frustration when people like aren't growing or their numbers are dropping and stuff, because it's like, why am I even doing this anymore?
Hello, my name is Caleb and today we're going to be doing the Hamilton book tag. You know, I've said on numerous occasions,
like the voice is very different, but like the thing that I think is so annoying about when people comment like his voice or something, like I was like, how old was I in this? I was like 14, just turned 15 or something. Like, and even in my earlier videos, like I was 13 years old. I'm gonna be 18 this year, okay? Like 5 years ago, believe it or not, I looked and sounded pretty different. So I just think it's so weird when people always point it out and they're like, whoa, I can't believe he sounds different 5 years ago. Like it's just like so weird to me. It really is. Oh man. I feel like with these videos kind of down here moving up towards here, like I didn't really know what my style was. I kind of just posted like every few weeks, maybe like once a month, every 2 months or something, and just did whatever. Like I wasn't so consistent with it, and I didn't really know what kind of videos I wanted to make, and I feel like I still didn't know what kind of videos I wanted to make until this year.
Maybe 4 or 5 in a month. This month I got
like the voice is really, really, really jarring. Like I'm like yelling. Like borderline like screaming at the camera, and I don't even remember. Oh, you guys see that? I literally liked my own video. I used to do that where I'd be like, I want to like my own video because I worked hard on it. Like it's kind of pathetic, but like the voice is so jarring and so loud and unnecessary. Like, and I guess I can kind of still be that loud and obnoxious sometimes, but I feel like I've toned it back like a lot. And I remember every time I filmed a video, my throat hurt so bad. And like I had like throat problems for a while because I just screamed all the time because I thought that's what people wanted. I was like, I want to be excited in this video, so I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs instead of talk like a normal person.
This month I got 11 new books. It's not okay. This cannot happen again. Also, my birthday.
I think that's a really good example, that right there, that like our books are precious to us. Like I buy way too many books. Ha ha ha. Like I hate that mentality so much. Like I'm an insane reader. Huh? I buy so many books, and like I think my username is like an actual like example of that. Like I hate that stereotype that readers put on themselves, where it's like, we love our books so much, you know, like we'll take them to the grave with us. Like if you touch my book, you want to borrow my book? No, it's my baby. You know, like I really don't get it. I still don't. I used to act that way, where I was like, my books are precious to me. You're not allowed to borrow them. You're not allowed to damage them. If I see like a small little dent on the corner, I'm gonna have your head. Like I used to be like that, and I think some people are still like that. I could honestly go on and on about this, but it's like so insane to me that people still act like that. Like, come on, dog. Come on. An exciting quarterly co-unboxing. Let's
So hello
watch.
you guys, my name is Kayla, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing! This package was sent to me from Quarterly Co, and this was sent to me for free so I could review it and do some promotion for them. So
This video stands out to me because this was the first time in all my time of being on the internet and doing BookTube and watching all these other BookTube creators getting different boxes and different arcs and stuff for free. This is the first time that like I was asked to do something like that, and it was like so thrilling because I was like, I'm like a booktuber now, you know? Like, not that that validates your booktube-ness, but it's almost like a company is like reaching out to me because they want me to review their box. Like, and it's exciting. Like, for the first time, it's so exciting because you're like, I'm like somewhat relevant that they feel like they want me to promote stuff for them. Did I sell any boxes when I made this? Probably not. I think with BookTube is you see all the bigger creators doing their monthly unboxings and stuff, and I think when you're a smaller creator and you're asked to open boxes or be an affiliate or something, it's almost like you have this draw to be like, yeah, you know, like, I would love to help you out. I would love to open a box every month. Like, that doesn't sound like a big task, but it is. I was an affiliate for Page Habit. I love them to death. I've never had any problems with them. They're always been the kindest to me. Those videos don't work for me. They just don't, you know? Like, for some people, they can make it work, you know? They can do 2, 3, 4 unboxings every month, and it's not a big deal. But for me, it was like, I don't feel passionate about this anymore. Like, there was a time where I was so excited they were reaching out to me and they wanted me to open their box. Like, it seems really simple, and it seems really fun, and like a small commitment. And then you're in that position where you have to make that video every month. And it's really hard, because with me posting weekly, it was like, great, how am I gonna find a way to force this into my format this week, you know? And it was hard, and I toyed around with it for a while, and it just never worked, so, like, that's why I don't do unboxings anymore. That's why I've ended being an affiliate, just because it doesn't work for me, you know? And I've also been like, I don't want to make videos for publishers or different bookish companies if I don't feel like I want to, you know? Like, I don't want to make sponsored content if I'm not feeling it, you know? Like, I don't want to make a tag video for this book that you're gonna send me or this book that's coming out because I'm not excited for that book. I'm not excited for this random book I've never heard of, but the only time anybody talks about it is because it's sponsored. I want to hear good things. I want to be excited for a book to read it. And I'm not like calling anybody out. I'm not calling any publishers or companies out. I've loved everybody that I've ever worked with. But like, it's not for me. Especially with me being on this new journey to make videos that make me laugh and videos that make me happy. That just doesn't fit. And I've also kind of realized, like, why do I do BookTube? Do I do it to get free things from publishers and to get money from stuff? Or do I do it because I like to laugh every week and talk to people about stupid book stuff? Like, I'm so happy that my channel has reached that point where it's like, it's Tuesday and I can just make some stupid video of me doing some stupid thing that's gonna make me laugh, and you care, and it makes you laugh too. At the beginning of this year, I had 13,000 subscribers. At this point now, I have almost 27,000, so my number has literally doubled since the beginning of the year. It's weird to think about is, at this point now, I have more new followers than people who watched me before. Like, there's literally more people that are just now finding me than people that existed beforehand, which is just really weird. Like, I felt like for a while I knew who was watching my videos, you know? Like, I was familiar with their profile pictures, and I was familiar with their names and their Twitter and stuff, and they always talked to me in different places. And now I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are. And it's like kind of weird, and it's like kind of like uncomfortable. It's weird when nobody in the BookTube world acknowledges you for the longest time, and then like in the course of like a few weeks, like suddenly like some of your favorite booktubers are commenting on your video, and you're like, okay, and then like, it's so weird, like, especially because it happened so quickly. Ooh, we moving up to one of my worst videos I literally hate. Books I don't like anymore. I recently watched this like a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's so funny how like baseless everything I say is. Like, for 90% of the books I mention, I'm just like, I feel like if I reread it, I wouldn't like it anymore. And that's like all I said. Like, that's all the explanation I give. Like, yeah, guess what? when 5 years have passed since you've read a book, you have forgotten everything that happens and you don't remember how good it was because it's been 5 years. Like, it's so stupid, but like, people liked the video, so it's fine, dog.
And that is Shatter Me by Taha Mafi. I read this book in like dystopian prime. All these dystopian books are coming out. Everyone's talking about all these dystopian books.
Yeah,
and so
good
I'm reading
reasoning,
this book and I'm in love and I'm flying through it and I thought it was so good and awesome. The characters. But I look at it now and I'm like, I don't even remember a lot of the stuff that happened in this book. These books were so good and I read them at a really good time, but now when I look back, I'm like, do I like it? And I feel like if I reread this book or any of the books on this list, I don't think I would like them as much as I did my first read. So then
okay, so my reasoning for not liking the Shatter Me series was because there was no reasoning. I literally even mentioned, like, I thought it was so good, I love the world and the characters, but it's been 5 years since I read it, so I don't remember anything. Like, this is so dumb.
That I loved the
yeah, I'm over it. I can't even watch this video. We're gonna scroll up a bit to, like, around this area. This is only, like, 5 months ago, so this isn't even, like, old. I think I've mentioned this before, I don't even remember, but like around this point, like I'd say it was the end of summer, so I had finished my summer job, and during those months I had just not been on the internet like at all. I hadn't been posting videos, I'd been away, I was desperate to come back, I missed all my booktube friends, I missed everything about like just the booktube community, and I finally got back. I started making videos semi-regularly again. And, like, I was realizing I wasn't getting that many views. I wasn't happy with what I was making. It felt like the passion was gone. Even though during that time, I was, like, desperate to be making videos again because I missed it so much. I really, really wanted to be back into this community, and I'm finally back, and it doesn't feel like how it used to. And it was, like, honestly really upsetting. And I got to the point where I was literally like, why am I still doing this? Like, why am I still making videos? Why don't I just get rid of everything, pull the Joel books, and just disappear from the internet without a word of why I'm gone? And kind of from there, like, there's like a new awakening in me where I realized the videos I wanted to make, you know? And you can literally see this if you just, like, move past like this point down here. I started doing my type of reviews with the vlogs and the funny little bits or whatever, and doing a book wedding and my funeral and other things like that, you know? People always complain on booktube that there's no original content, and I agree. I think we're reaching a point, and I'm so happy about this too. I've heard this from a few people on booktube where they say they're gonna stop doing the normal stuff and they're gonna start doing things that make them happy. And I think the reason why people naturally gravitate towards some people is because they can see that that person's just having a good time, like through and through. They're just wanting to have fun and laugh. And I think when you get to the point on your channel where you are finally liberating yourself from what everybody expects you to make. 'Cause I feel like we do that to ourselves, where we almost put ourselves in a box of what booktube is and what booktube means. And I think that's why I've kind of lost a lot of love for booktube. I feel like that's been a thing in the last 2 years, and it's really hard to make new things because every single week, like, I'm not even kidding when I say this, every single week when I go to make a video, I'm like, this is probably not going to do very well. Literally last week when I did that recreating Bookstagram pictures, I was like, I feel like this isn't going to get any views. I feel like this is going to be one of my lower viewed videos of lately, and whatever, you know? I'm like, this won't do very well, maybe it'll do okay, but like, I laughed and it made me happy, so that's all that matters, right? This is actually getting pretty rambly, so I think I'm just gonna end this here. Thank you guys for watching my videos. This video was different than normal. I know I'm not like jumping around excited and making some elaborate book thing, but next week I'll be back making myself a little book fort. You have that to look forward to next week. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week. Bye.